All right, good afternoon, everybody. I don't know if this is the beginning of the vlog or not.
I mean, what's up, guys? It's me, Reagan. Today we're doing another video.
It's Saturday the 22nd.
And I hope you give me some school money, because I still want some.
Okay, amazing. Saturday the 22nd. Y'all, she hit a low today. Not a true low, but since the Arnold low, 133.3. So, even though I did not make it to the 133s yesterday for check-ins, I did make it to 133.3. Like, that's a low 133. So now after this, I do not expect to be continuing. Sorry, Reagan. I do not expect to be continuing to just like hit lows week after week after week. I think it'll probably take a couple weeks to hit another new low. But I don't know. Like I said, I haven't been, last week I got the diet in check. Now this week we're getting the gym in check. I would say lifting in check. And then maybe next week we'll get cardio in check. That's my goal. Okay. So me and Reagan are going to a birthday party right now. Listen, we're not gonna let what happened last time happen again. Okay. Especially, first off, I have accountability because the parents.
Oh, it's August's
yes,
birthday.
the parents of this child. Well, the husband of this child is one of Ruben's clients. So like he knows I'm in bodybuilding. Like he's gonna be like these are bodybuilding / powerlifting. Like these are gym friends. Although the last people were gym friends too, but. Anyway, okay, I have to feed Flex, and then we're gonna get back to this. Okay, so we're back. We fed the dog. We went to Dollar Tree and got a bag. One thing about me is I'm getting the bag, maybe even the gift, on the way to the party. We did not get this gift on the way to the party. We already had the gift, but we definitely got the bag. Okay, so in the last clip, I was like, yeah, we got diet in check last week. We're in workouts, lifts in check this week. I already missed today's lift. Today is Saturday. I'm supposed to be doing push, chest, shoulders, and I'm at this birthday party. I mean, I could go later, but as far as like my normal schedule would go, I would do this lift earlier in the day because Kids Club closes at 1 at Powerhouse. So now in order to do this lift, I'm gonna have to like leave Reagan somewhere. So like Ruben's training right now, so maybe he's gonna work out right now while we're at this party, and then we can train. I don't know what it is. I gotta figure it out, but I am gonna do the lift. But I just thought about that. I was like, yeah, you said you were on track, but like you already missed your workout today. But I still got plenty of time to do it. Let's see. I don't know. I guess I didn't have to add anything else. I can't believe we're 6 weeks out for my next show. I guess I should start running some routine practices. I've been doing individual skills, no routines. I will do a routine tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday. It's my routine day. I'll do a routine tomorrow. So I'll let y'all know if I actually do chest and shoulders today, and if I actually run a routine tomorrow. It will not be a full out, but it'll be something. Good morning, everybody. It's Sunday, the 23rd of March. I am just headed to my mom's to go feed the dog because she's out of town. Let's see. Woke up 134.5 this morning, so a little bit of a little more than a pound up from yesterday, which I feel like is pretty normal because I didn't poop yesterday. But let me tell y'all, first off, I didn't go lift. So the update is I did not go to the gym. However, I did escape the birthday party without eating dessert. Without eating dessert. She made macaroni and cheese and it looks so good. This is one of our Friendsgiving friends. So like the Friendsgiving friends, we tore the food up at Friendsgiving. I made the macaroni and cheese at last year's Friendsgiving, but hers looked good. And I'm like, you know what? If you are going to take it over, I'm willing to give it up, because Black people, we are very specific about our macaroni and cheese, specifically our Thanksgiving macaroni and cheese, like our holiday macaroni and cheese. Anyway, so everybody loved my macaroni and cheese. So that's good, especially the teenage girls, because teenage girls, they were like, who made the macaroni and cheese? They were looking around, who made the macaroni? So macaroni was great, but macaroni, it's stressful. It's stressful to be the macaroni and cheese girl. Anyway, I said, you know what? I'm willing to give it up for this. I didn't even taste it, but I could tell by what it looked like, and I didn't eat it, y'all. I wanted it so bad. I wanted that macaroni and cheese more than I wanted cake, because it was just white cake. Like, I don't like white cake that much. I could go the rest of my life without having white cake, but that macaroni and cheese looks so good, and I didn't eat it, and I didn't eat cake, y'all. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was like, I am the ultimate bodybuilder. And I think also it's just helpful because that was a group of bodybuilders. Like, not everybody was a bodybuilder. Actually, a lot of them weren't bodybuilders. A lot of them were like school friends of the kids. But like I said, we know these people through bodybuilding. The husband is one of Ruben's bodybuilding clients. And then the wife, she's a power lifter, and we've just like become friends. And then there is another IFBB figure pro that was there. She's not in prep right now, but like, you know, she knows what prep looks like, right? So she actually hasn't done her pro debut. I was super excited to chat with her about that. She's doing her pro debut at Texas Pro, and she's doing Rising Phoenix. And I told her, like, Rising Phoenix is one of my favorite shows. Anyway, there was another, anyway, all that to say is there were a lot of people who just like understand. One of Ruben's wellness clients was there who just understand bodybuilding. And not that anybody was pressuring me at the last birthday party that I was at. Nobody tried to get me to eat anything. Like, it's not like that. But it's like when you're just like around everybody and everybody's eating, everybody's drinking, like, and like I said last weekend, I don't know, I felt like I was far enough out from my show. And then Ruben was like, yeah, it's our last day before we get serious. I'm like, okay, yeah, like you gave me the green flag to go, then I'm gonna go. But yesterday it was like, first off, Ruben wasn't there. And so I felt like I would be eating behind his back. Like at the other party, Ruben was there. So it's not like I was, I was going off my plan, but I wasn't cheating because my coach knew exactly what I was eating, right? Like Ruben wasn't there. So I didn't want it to feel like I was sneaking this food behind his back, or like that people were going to be like, does Ruben know you're eating this? You know? So there's like an added layer of accountability. Anyway, I don't care. I'm so proud of myself. So I did wake up heavier today. I don't think I drank enough water, but I feel good. So anyway, I'm about to go feed the dog. Then me and Reagan are going to go to the gym. Today's supposed to be a routine practice, but I'm not going to do a routine practice where I'm doing like full out, but I am going to run some sections. And then I am also going to try to squeeze in some shoulders and some cardio. I'm going to try to squeeze it all in and try to catch up to my split today. We'll see what I don't get done. And then, I don't know. I guess that's really it. I'm probably going to take Reagan to Sky Zone because I was supposed to take her the other day. You guys know that. She fell asleep and I told her it was closed. I lied to her. She woke up and I was like, it was closed. Sorry. And then, so we didn't go the other day. And then we went to that birthday party yesterday. So I told her if she's on good behavior today, we can go. But she was on really good behavior yesterday. So we'll fast forward. I mean, she's going to be on good behavior. Reagan's been killing it, y'all. Remember I told you that 4 was like dragging me through the mud? It still is. But we started this behavior chart thing and it's working. I think she likes the ability to control, like to see visually, is this good behavior or is this bad behavior? Because sometimes I ask her, is this good behavior or is this bad behavior? Should I buy you candy if this is how you're behaving, Reagan? Or should I take you to Sky Zone if this is how you're behaving? And she's like, I want to go to Sky Zone. And she'd have a meltdown if I tell her there's going to be consequences. However, when I'm like, okay, Reagan, I'm going to give you the red marker and the green marker. Red is bad, green is good. And if I say, I need you to go, I don't know, brush your teeth. If I come back in here and you're not brushing your teeth, I'm going to give you the red marker, or you're going to have to use the red marker. If I come back in here and your teeth are brushed, then you get to use the green marker. So she likes that. Like, and she also already knows, like, when there's red marks, though there are consequences, but she feels like she's in control of if she receives those consequences versus me just threatening her, hey, if you don't do this, then we're not going to do this. Then she gets mad, right? But if I say, okay, it's your choice, you get to follow directions or not follow directions, but you know what happens when you don't follow directions. Anyway, it's been amazing for both of us. Significantly less stress for me. I think for her, she likes the control of it. She likes the fun of it. She likes seeing the rewards. Like, she likes to go extra and do things in order just to get a green check mark. Like, it's been a lot of fun. So shout out to wherever I saw that. Actually, I think my sister-in-law and my brother do it. That's where we first saw the behavior chart. But like, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is not a new thing. I'm just now personally getting into it. So anyway, that's all. I'm going to feed the dog. FML, y'all. That's my leg, by the way, because I'm holding my phone between my legs at the gym. Can't find my headphones. Or not that I can't find my headphones. I can't find my fanny pack. I hope that I left it at my mom's when I went to go feed the dog. Ruben says he doesn't see it at the house. I'm super irritated because I don't have time to go back. I'm already 25-30 minutes behind what I originally planned. Like, I like to be able to use the full 2 hours, obviously, in Kids Club. And Kids Club closes in 90 minutes. So, I mean, it's not a big deal because I don't have to do cardio. Like, remember I said, I'm going to lift, I'm working my routine. And if I have time for cardio, I might try to do cardio. Like, if I don't get to cardio, it is what it is. I'm going to take Flex for a walk anyway, but it's just irritating because I had time, but just didn't move as fast as I wanted to this morning with Reagan. And then now I just spent 10 minutes in my car looking for my fanny pack and I don't have it. Anyway, that's it. I'm about to hit chest and shoulders. first. I was going to do skills first, but I'm going to do chest and shoulders first. And then I'm going to do skills. And then I'll let y'all know after this, my headphones are my mom's. Good afternoon, everybody. Okay, leaving my mom's house. We went to Powerhouse, didn't have my earbuds. That was a nightmare. Anyway, my fanny pack was at my mom's house. So went back to my mom's to get that. And now we are headed to boot camp to do a little bit of work, get the gym set up, etc., etc. And then, depending on Reagan's behavior, we're going to go to Sky Zone. Yes, she's eating McDonald's for lunch because we've been out and about now for what will add up to being hours. And she was hungry, so I got a McDonald's. Sue me, everybody. She had egg whites for breakfast. Let's see. Okay, great shoulder day. It was a little short. Like I was a little bit tight on time, and I wanted to be able to spend a lot of time on skills. So I did bench press, like flat bench. Then I did incline dumbbell press, supersetted with front raises, and then I did Arnold press, and that's all that I did. But I did do 4 sets of each of those, so it was a pretty good workout. But then I just went to skills. I did skills for an hour, and it was really good. So what I'm currently doing with my skills, and as I get a little bit closer to the show, like right now I'm 6 weeks out, probably around 3 weeks out, like I'm gonna cut the upgrades. Like right now, currently at skills practice, I spend half my time on my current skills and half my time on my new skills. Actually, I'd say I spend a quarter of my time on my current skills and 3/4 of my time on my new skills. I probably should flip that. And I probably actually will flip that. What I was going to say is that when I get closer to about 3 weeks out, I will flip that. But now that I'm saying it out loud, I probably will flip that immediately. Because ultimately there will be no need for Olympia upgrades if I cannot nail the current routine. So anyway, all that to say though, is that like I'm hitting my current skills like on the first try, right? So I do it once, it's good. I do it again just for good measure, and then I move on. Whereas the Olympia upgrades, I need to spend more time on them because I'm not hitting them right away, right? So anyway, worked on one of the upgrades that I already had decided on. And then there was another part that I was like, this needs an upgrade, but I hadn't figured out exactly what I wanted to do. I mean, I also still want to talk to Sandy. I mean, I'm going to talk to Sandy, and my conversation with Sandy might change this current upgrade, like this other upgrade that I've made, but it also might not. Like maybe the conversation is not going to make me feel like, oh, this is the type of skill you need to add, or this is a different type of skill that you need to add. But right now I feel like with my 2 major upgrades, the other upgrades are like very small, like I said, they're just kind of choreography changes. They're not really skill changes. I feel like these 2 upgrades will be it, and I'll be done upgrading my routine. There might be, Reagan, hold on. There might be one other upgrade that I make, depending on just like how my conditioning is. Like I'm not going to make this upgrade if I like am gassed and it's going to be too sloppy to do well, right? Or I'm going to be too tired to do it well. Anyway, I know that's super vague, but you guys, I don't know what to tell you. Good workout, good practice. I do need to go to the joint immediately.
It doesn't even work when you're stoned.
I was supposed to go to the joint like 3 days ago, and I keep saying, oh, I'll just go tomorrow, I'll just go tomorrow, I'll just go tomorrow.
Tuesday, 3-day, 4-day, Friday.
But I'm like feeling like, yes, I need to go to the joint. And they texted me and they said, hey, it's been a few weeks since you've used your benefits. So if I can go today, I'll go today. Otherwise, I will go tomorrow. Y'all, I have to go tomorrow because otherwise it's going to be, I got billed for the joint less than a week ago, and I just don't want it. I would like to be able to just go once a week, then have to squeeze them like 4 days apart. Like, I just don't think they're as valuable when I put them that close together, but I don't know. Anyway, I guess that's it for today. I did post. We got to get back in. So again, diet's back. Lifting split hopefully is back, and cardio will be back on. Cardio will be back on ASAP, but we're just not there yet. I'm not there, but I will be there. Okay, actually, I have one other thing to talk about. Amy Hamilton. How did I forget about Amy Hamilton? So, remember when I was talking about, oh, this person's going to compete, and this is the potential list. Like, if I win this show, and, Amber could win this show, and, then there's just this show. I was talking about all that stuff. I can't remember if I mentioned Michaela, but I know I definitely didn't mention Amy. Amy and Michaela Pavliova. Michaela's a 3-time Olympian. Amy has only been to 1 Olympia, but I mean, she was in first call out last year. And I don't know where she would have ranked if she would have finished her routine. But like, if either of them decides to come to the US to compete, again, it gets real stiff. Now, neither of them are guaranteed wins. Right? I mean, no one's really a guaranteed win, but I mean, some people kind of are, right? Like, no matter what show Shelly does, she's winning it. I think we can all agree on that. So, and I don't think that Michaela or Amy are both like guaranteed wins. They both lost in the US last year. However, like Michaela lost to Allison and Amy lost to Tam. Like, it's not like they're losing to just random people. I mean, no shade, but no shade. I consider myself a random person. Like, they just happened to run up against highly ranking Olympians. So like, if one of them comes and decides to do Atlanta, sorry, like, you're not qualifying, because who's going to beat Shelly, right? So anyway, all that to say is that I did that whole thing like, oh my gosh, this is stiff, this is going to be stiff, this is going to be stiff. And I left some heat out, because again, Michaela and Amy are both people that I would think on any given day, in most situations, you would expect to win a show and qualify. This is crazy, you guys. This is completely crazy. I did ask Amy, because y'all, listen, one thing about me is I am not ashamed. I'm not going to try to secretly scheme and scam. And I'm not going to try to act like I'm not trying to strategize. So I asked her, are you doing Legion and Adela? Because I'm thinking she posted that she's in prep. So I'm like, well, Legion and Adela are back to back. If you're going to fly from Europe, like, I would think that you're going to do these shows that are back to back weekends, so you don't have to travel back and forth, right? So I straight up asked her. She said no. Thank you, Amy. I told her, I said, I'm half sad and half glad. Sorry. Not that I don't think that Amy's unbeatable, but in the physique round she is. So, you know, the further I get pushed down in physique, the harder it is to win, right? That was my whole thing last year, is I wasn't struggling to rank high in routine. I was struggling to hang in physique and to close the gap in physique. So anyway, it's just crazy. I asked her, what shows are you doing? Well, I didn't ask her what shows she's doing. I asked if she's doing those shows. She said no. She did hashtag figure, so maybe she's going to do some European figure shows. Which, I mean, I feel like there's only probably a small group of fitness pros that actually could be competitive in figure. And I think that Amy is one of them. So I hope for her sake, if she doesn't get to come to the US to compete in fitness, that she gets some, like, a good handful of figure shows under her belt and maybe qualifies for the Olympia in figure. Anyway, Reagan's tripping, so I'm going to come back to this. Y'all, she's fighting demons again. So, we just went to Burn Boot Camp. I mean, we were there for like 2.5 hours. I had a lot of work to do. So I went to Burn, and then at that point, now we're like hungry. So Reagan wanted sushi, so we went to the grocery store. She likes the grocery store sushi. It's pretty good, actually. So I got her some grocery store sushi. I got myself just like they have like it's not part of the deli. Well, I guess it is part of the deli or whatever, but it's like, just like grab and go food. So there was like a single serving like garden salad, and then single serving like shrimp cocktail. So I got that for myself. And then, like I said, I got her the sushi, and she also wanted chips. And y'all, so carbs came back. We were supposed to do 10 days, but both of our weight was like dropping and like stalled, I guess. Although I don't know, I wouldn't necessarily say it stalled, because it went all the way down yesterday, right? I had a low yesterday, and then it went back up today, but that doesn't mean it won't go down again tomorrow. But I assume this is as low as it's gonna get. So anyway, we introduced carbs back. So pre-workout, post-workout. So I had my pre-workout carbs, which is the English muffin, but I didn't have my post-workout carbs. So I'm like, I'm just gonna have some of Reagan's Doritos. And I had to literally say out loud to myself, Andrea, remember your Ben Weider prep? And I was talking about my 2 years ago Ben Weider prep, but I guess probably it might apply to this one too. Sorry, my phone cut off, but I don't know what happened during this past Ben Weider prep. Like, I've talked about this on a couple occasions. Like, I don't remember, like 2 years ago, Ben Weider, I was not on my plan. Like, I remember actively, like, the sabotage that I was doing. I remember going to 7-Eleven and getting cookies and like doing things that were not in alignment with the results that I wanted. I'm sorry it's so loud in here. But this Ben Weider prep, I don't remember feeling like, yes, we're stacking up perfect prep, we're stacking up perfect prep. But I also can't think of anything where I'm like, I can't think of the things that I did that kept my body looking the way that it looked, right? Like, I can't actively think, yeah, remember, Andrea, you were eating extra rice cakes, or remember you were going to eat sweets. Like, I can't remember those things, but I also know that I don't remember feeling like, yes, we are stacking perfect prep day. So anyway, all that to say is that I had to tell myself, like, Andrea, look at what happened at Ben Weeder. Like, no, because you're going to keep saying, tomorrow, I'm going to really tighten it up. Okay, this is going to be the last thing, and then tomorrow, I'll really tighten it up. And then tomorrow, it's going to keep being tomorrow until it's peak week, and you're still fat. Fat. Anyway, I'm not that passionate about it. It's just really loud in here, so I'm yelling. Anyway, we're at Sky Zone. These are two boys from the gym, too. Their mom works at Burn Boot Camp, and they have Sky Zone passes, and it was just our luck that they're here. I saw their dad, and I was like, oh, Reagan, Nash and Jed are here. I see their dad. So they found each other, and some kid recognized us from Powerhouse. He's like, oh, we go to the gym with you guys. The whole town's here. Anyway, I'm just letting Reagan jump out some of her energy. And then we are going to go, depends if she falls asleep in the car or not. If she falls asleep in the car, we're just going to go home, night's over. If she stays awake, I want to go to Lowe's and get like the little plants, like the little things, not seeds. I don't want to get seeds. I wanted to get seeds, but I'm like, no, I need something that's already sprouted. Just like some cucumbers and probably tomatoes, maybe strawberry plant. I don't know, get something just because it's coming around to springtime. I think it actually technically is spring now, but it's coming around to the time where plants are going to start blooming, so I want to get some because I think she'll like it.
Jen is a pooper.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. More lash talk. So, don't mind that. I'm making pancakes for Reagan. So, I had 4 extra clusters of my old lashes. Not extra, I just like 4 that I hadn't used yet. So I got the new ones. I hated the new ones. So this morning I was like, you know what, I've had enough. I'm putting on the old ones because I like the old ones. Okay, look how, like, they just look fuller, right? You guys, I've had these things on for 10 minutes and I'm already like, I can feel them. I can feel that I'm so irritated with how thick the strip is. Especially because the other ones are like I said, they're invisible strip. I'm going to deal with this. I think I'll get used to it. But just look how much better these look than the other ones. Just irritated. That's it. Okay, the workout is done. Killed it. That was a good leg day. And I don't even like leg day, but that was a good leg day. Now I am headed to Five Below to get, Reagan has to get a step. I need to get Reagan a step stool. I don't know. Whatever's on my list is what I'm getting. But I just ate my meal, which is 92 degrees outside. So my meal was literally still hot. Like, it was not like, okay, I need to heat this up. Like, it was basically like if you put it on one of those burners. So I ate it. Hopefully I don't get sick. And that, so I got to pick up Reagan from school in about an hour. So I'm going to go shop. Maybe if I have time, I'll go, like, sit down for a minute at home. And then I'll go get her, and then we'll come back to the gym for cardio. Y'all, it's been a minute since she's done cardio. I'm not looking forward to it at all. But I feel good. Remember? Oh, I didn't say this in my Instagram, or I didn't say this on YouTube. I only said it on Instagram. I said I was under attack. So I obviously was fighting the Crumble Demons. And the thing about those apps is they know that you've been on them. And so they have, like, you know, when you open them or when you add something to your cart or like whatever, it triggers a series of messages, emails, notifications, etc. We do it at Burn Boot Camp too. Like, if somebody comes to our website, like if they put in their email address, even if they don't finish, it's going to trigger a series of emails. When they come to their first boot camp, it's going to trigger a series of emails. Like, it's just like how it works, right? So anyway, I go to the app last week, and now I'm getting all these emails, all these notifications in the app, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not right. However, y'all, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling strong. I'm actually, that meal just now was my first meal. I typically do a pre-workout meal, but I just think that I find it easier to stay on my plan. And I've mentioned this a lot of times. I sometimes change it. Sometimes I like it. Sometimes I don't. Currently, in this state of prep, I like intermittent fasting. I like waiting as long as humanly possible to eat. So then that way, when I eat, I can just eat my meals. And I'm not like, okay, but you're still going to be awake for this much longer and you only have this many meals left. Like, especially since I've been low carb, like, it's been really helpful. So anyway, lifting fasted is kind of a struggle, but I just like have a lot of electrolytes before I go there. And as long as I eat my post-workout meal like right away, as far as like the science of it or whatever, it doesn't actually matter if you're fasted or not. It is easier to have a good workout if you're not fasted, obviously. But if you're not fat-free, you have energy. Like energy. When I say energy, I don't mean like the mental energy. I mean, you have energy stores that your body can pull from to do your workout. Now, your fat stores are not as easily accessible as, obviously, if you have a pre-workout meal and you have like this glycogen that has just been broken down and it's like in your bloodstream, right? Like that's more easily accessible. But ultimately, unless you're fat-free, there is energy. So for me, it's just like a mental game of lifting fasted. And I don't plan to do this for the rest of my entire prep, but like for me in my house right now, that's just what I have to do, because if I start eating early, I'm going to finish my meals and have to be awake for 5 more hours, and it's not good. I do not like being hungry at night. I can get through my whole day hungry. I cannot be at home with nothing left to do and still be hungry, like, and not be bedtime. It's one thing to go to sleep hungry. It's another thing to be awake and still having things to do and like be sitting in the kitchen cooking dinner and all this stuff and still be hungry. So anyway, that's my strategy. Nobody asked, but I feel good. I feel really good. I feel really mentally strong right now. So hopefully I can turn up on this cardio, especially now that I've eaten. So I'm going to run into Five Below, grab my stuff. And I probably won't check in with you guys until tomorrow, unless something comes to me. All right, good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, the 25th. The Closet Chronicles. So Tuesday mornings, I'm here all morning at the gym, but we have an hour-long break, so I'm going to spend in here. Just drinking it's like kind of my second coffee, kind of my first. I topped off my first coffee with more coffee. Only a 4-ounce pour. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to put the screen recording of my brother's thing. It's actually from his Instagram. It's not even the full clip from the podcast, but it's enough. So I'm going to put that in, and then we're going to chat about it.
I feel like a lot of teams lose because they lack poise. And by lose, I don't mean like lose, they lost the competition because they lack poise, but they don't put out their best performances because they lack poise, because they're trying to be something they're not. They're trying to be a champion today when they haven't tried to be a champion every day at practice. So if you practice like a champion, then when you go to competitions, you can just act like it's practice. I always tell the kids, you don't need to be any of these other teams. Be who you are in these moments. And if we can be ourselves, then we're going to perform to our best ability. And that's the only thing that matters. And we let the judges figure everything else out.
Okay. So this is from, I guess, from John Wooden. My brother loves John Wooden, first of all, but he reads a lot of success books, a lot of leadership books, a lot of coaching books, like, because he's a coach, right? Like that is his profession. And he's a learner. One thing about my brother is he's gonna like learn something. And I just think this is like such a good word about him talking about like, people try to be a champion on the competition day when they haven't been a champion the whole time. And I think this goes back to kind of what I was saying last week about like, okay, you want to win, but are you trying to win, right? Are you going to look back at this prep and wish that you worked harder? Are you going to show up on stage and wish that you had behaved like the champion you want to be today? Because you will not be a champion today if you weren't behaving like a champion yesterday and the day before and 4 weeks out and 6 weeks out and 12 weeks out and 20 weeks out, right? Like you have to be that person day in and day out, right? And so I think that's like what he's saying is like, we need to be champions at practice. And if we can show ourselves and I'm going to say practice ourselves, and I can't really think of what word I'm trying to say, but if we can build ourselves to be the champion before we get to the competition, right? If I can, and I'm going to now put this in the context of bodybuilding, right? If I think of what the winner is doing, and I actually sent this to our like team group chat yesterday, I said, and I say this to teams all the time, I want you to think of what the winner of your competition is doing right now. So for me, I'm thinking of and for me, like I'm doing this natural show, but the natural show is not the high stakes competition, because if I lose the natural show, who cares? But like I have to win Legion or Adela if I want to go to the Arnold, if I want to go to the Olympia. So like in my mind, those are the shows, right? So if I think of whoever is going to win Legion. One of us is going to win, right? When I think of the Legion champion, how do I think that person is behaving today? I'm not saying, is it me? Is it Amber? Is it Janine? Is it Kristen Pope? Is it whoever else is going to show up on that day? I don't care who it is. When I just think of what habits is whoever is going to win, what habits is that person stacking? What behaviors is that person doing? What is that person doing today? Is my behavior, are my actions, are my decisions in line with that behavior today? Because if I can't do it today, I'm not just going to magically get a trophy when I show up to the competition. I have to do it today. I have to be the champion today. And me and Allison say this to each other all the time. Like, remember who you are, right? So if you are a champion in your daily prep, in your day-to-day activities, you are a champion. Every time you get on that cardio, you know that you give your best. If you are a champion, every time you go to practice, you know that you give your best. You fight for those skills. If you are a champion now, then you go into the competition. And of course, there's always going to be a little bit of nerves, no matter how prepared you are. But you don't have to be like, oh, okay, did I do enough? Am I going to win? You don't have to like suddenly try to beat someone, right? Like, again, and I'm just using Amber as an example because currently she's the person that I haven't beaten, right? Like, for all intents and purposes, like Amber is the person between me and the Olympia qualification. I can't just act however I feel like acting and do whatever I feel like doing and then show up at Legion and be like, I hope I beat Amber. What do you mean you hope you beat Amber? You skipped your cardio 20 times. You didn't do routine practice. You didn't finish your workout. You didn't stretch. You didn't practice posing. Like, I have to be who I am today. If I consider myself a champion, then that's how I have to behave today. And when I get to show day and I'm nervous, I have to remember who I am. I have to remember what I did. I know how hard I worked. And I've mentioned this before. Like, whether you win or you lose, you know who you are. You know what you did. You should already be proud of the work that you did. But that only works if you did the work, right? So anyway, I just think, there's a lot of us in prep right now. There's a lot of people maybe not in prep, but that have other goals that they're achieving. I'm going to not call out Shantae. I think it's kudos, actually. Like, so I was on no carbs, and Shantae and Aurelia were like, okay, we're going to do no carbs too, because Aurelia, now we can announce it. Aurelia got the part in the Legally Blonde musical. So she told us a few weeks ago, yeah, it's probably more than that now. And she's like, okay, I got to like get back in shape. I got to get my flexibility on point. I got to get my endurance on point. Like, I'm about to be running this musical. Like, it's time for me to get into high gear. And Shantae's been, retired, but trying to like find her groove and in what does retired life look like, but also caring about my fitness and caring about, what I look like how does that look, right? Like, she's not a bodybuilder, so she doesn't want to have the stress of the things that bodybuilding requires, but she also does want to reap the benefits of having the physical body that she wants to have, right? So anyway, so all that to say is, I don't even remember where I was going. Of course, that's what happens when you talk too much. Okay, I remember. I say I'm going to call her out, but I'm also going to give her kudos. So they decided, okay, we're going to do this no carb thing with you, like just to kickstart like our fitness goals, right? And Shantae has been doing this stuff and she's been seeing all this progress. And she's like, I'm glad to know that my body's not broken and I just needed to get my life in order. I needed to make better decisions that aligned with what I wanted to do. And it's like, I'm super proud of her because she did like find areas to improve and she improved them and she's seeing the results. But like before that, it was like, man, my body's not doing this. Man, my body's not doing that. Man, my body's not doing this. Like, she wanted the results. She wanted to be the champion, but really the day-to-day actions weren't in line with that, right? And that's where the stress is caused. But now that she's doing things that align with the outcomes that she wants, she's being that champion day in and day out. Now she's seeing the results. And so of course she's not going to be carb free forever, right? But the goal for her was just to be more conscious about what she was eating and how much she was eating and all that stuff. So anyway, I'm just saying, like, remember who you are and be who you are. And if you are a champion, or you consider yourself a champion, or you want to be a champion, then you have to behave that way. You can't just show up to the competition or show up to the musical or show up to your day-to-day life or whatever it is for you and think that the judges are just going to give you the trophy or you're just going to have the outcomes, right? You have to be who you are. And again, if you say you're a champion or you want to be a champion, then your daily habits right now, I saw on Instagram, it was like, you don't get your summer body in summer or something. It was like, your 6-month transformation doesn't happen 6 months from now. Your 6-month transformation starts today, right? So anyway, I don't know who needed to hear that word, but behave like a champion and remember who you are. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Still Tuesday, the 25th or whatever. Busy day for me. So I trained this morning. Obviously, I gave y'all that whole speech. Then had leadership meeting. Then I had to go to the store, so I did that before I came to get Reagan, and now I'm just sitting outside of the school. She gets out of school in like 10 minutes or so. Picking her up, going straight to Powerhouse to lift, then straight to Burn Boot Camp for cardio. And I was going to move it around because I was like, I want to go home first. I don't want to do that. Okay, if I get out by this time, maybe I can take this boot camp. But it's open house night. And so I got to come back to school tonight. So I'm sipping on this Gorilla Mind. Luckily, when I went to the store, I got an energy drink. These were on sale for $2. I've never had a Gorilla Mind. They sell them at Powerhouse, but I never buy them because they have Rise at Powerhouse, so I just always buy a Rise. But they were only $2, so I was like, well, let me try it. But I did get one Bum Energy just in case it was yucky. And this is the Orange Ice Dream. I got 3 of them. So I got Orange Ice Dream, I got Strawberry Lemonade, and I got, oh no, it's not Strawberry Lemonade, it's Blackberry Lemonade. I'm excited to try that one. Black Cherry Vanilla, which I like the Bang version of Black Cherry Vanilla. And then, like I said, I got a Bum Energy just in case it was yucky. But so far, so good. It's not as good as the Rain Orange, like, creamsicle one. And I can't remember what the Ghost, sorry, I'm like not even in the frame. I can't remember what the Ghost Orange creamsicle one tastes like, or, you know, I don't know what they're all called, but it's not as good as the Rain, but it is pretty good for $2. Again, if there's other options available, like I'm always going to default to Bum Energy or Rise. But like for now I know for $2, like this is worth it. So pretty good. It is a lot of caffeine. I'm definitely not going to finish this whole thing because I've already had 2 coffees today. There's some other stuff. I think this is supposed to be one of those things that's like good for your mindset too, or whatever. A bunch of stuff. I don't know what it's for. There is L-theanine, but there's L-theanine in like all of them. There's 200 milligrams caffeine, 1,000 milligrams of acetyl L-tyrosine. Don't know what that is, but it sounds like an amino acid. Saffron extract. I don't know. It's also 15 calories. So again, if I have the option to get a 0 or 5 calorie option, I'm going to get that. But for $2 today, it did the trick. So anywho, I'm going to sit here. It's 2:06. In like 4 minutes, I'm going to go walk into the school. It's super hot out and I love it. And I also hate it. I love it because I like hot weather. Like I don't mind it being hot outside. Like I don't care if it's 100 degrees outside. Like I like hot weather. The only thing is like with a child, right? Like I want to make sure like, okay, as soon as I get in the car, I want to make sure the air is, it's just like I don't know. It's not really that big of a deal. I like the hot weather. What am I complaining about?
Yeah, lemonade.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Still Tuesday. Give us your greeting. Good afternoon, everybody.
Mommy, I thought you were going to give me that.
Okay. What am I giving you? Oh.
Ready.
Okay.
Mommy's eliminated.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. It's still Tuesday. It's been a pretty long day. But now I'm done with all of my work, my workouts. My back day was kind of meh. I think I need to reconfigure some of these exercises because I just didn't feel like, I don't know, the exercises felt good, but I didn't feel like, wow, I just got a killer back day. And that's my second back day of the split, and neither of them felt amazing. Which is interesting because the whole reason I changed my split was because I was like, yeah, like I want to have better quality workouts instead of trying to combine muscle groups and not getting as much, but it just wasn't amazing. So I don't know. I'm probably gonna try again one more week of these exercises, or this like combination of exercises. But if Friday and then next Tuesday, which is like technically day 1 of the split, and then day whatever of the split are not great, then I'm gonna make some changes to it. But anyway, lift was okay. Cardio was fire. I trained it this morning, so I already knew it was going to be hard. And y'all, my max heart rate was 190. My average heart rate was 160. Normally, okay, Reagan, I mean, at boot camp, my heart rate does get pretty high, but it also goes pretty low. So it's like my average is still like 150 or like between 130 and 150. And definitely when I'm doing the treadmill, my average is closer to 130. The fact that my average was 160 is wild. And I don't know if that's because I'm out of shape, like out of condition, right? Because I haven't been doing a lot of cardio, or if today was just that hard, or a little combination of both. I think it's a combination of both. But it felt really good. I feel really good. I have one more meal. So we're gonna go to the store, get some more asparagus, and then Reagan has open house night tonight, so we're gonna go like, look at her classroom stuff and then go home and rest. Go home and rest, everybody. Hopefully I have a good shoulder day tomorrow, because I don't know, I'm kind of irritated with the fact that I don't feel like I had a really good back day. But it is what it is. Anyway, in other news, we have we have a new IFBB Fitness Pro who is going to be doing Emerald and Legion. So we don't know who's doing these shows until the list comes out. Like, we don't know everybody who's doing the shows, right? Unless somebody posts that they're doing the show, or they told you, even if they didn't post it. Like, Amber posted officially that she's doing it. She told me right after the Arnold that she was doing it, but I didn't know she wanted her business out there, so that's why. Even though I was like alluding to it, I never straight up said it because I wasn't sure, but she like posted that she signed her contract. So what I know so far of people who have said they are doing Legion, me, Amber, Kristen Pope, Janine Tadeo said she was gonna do Tampa. Reagan. Janine Tadeo said she was going to do Tampa, but now that Tampa's not on the list, she's like, well, I guess I'll try to get in shape for Legion. But obviously it's a lot sooner than she was anticipating being on stage, so she doesn't know if I don't know, she said she'll do Legion if she can lose 15 pounds. So I don't know if that means she's only going to compete if she feels ready, or if she's going to compete and maybe not look the way that she's supposed to look. Then we have Nevaeh, who turned pro, I think, at the Amateur Olympia this year. She posted that she's doing this show. And then there's Danielle DaCosta, who I bullied into doing this show. Love that for us. That's everyone that I know is doing this show. Oh, Anya Famina has said that she is definitely doing this show. So the list is like, really shaping up. Then we have Abby, who is shadow tagging Legion in her stories. Like, she's not writing you can't see Legion like typed out anywhere on her story, but Legion is reposting her stories, which means she's tagging them in her stories. Now, Abby tags a lot of shows, like Abby tags a lot of pages, she tags a lot of broadcasts, so I don't know if she's just tagging every show or if she's doing Legion. I think she's doing Legion. So anyway, it should be a pretty good show. But like I was saying, there's a new girl on the block who posted like in our chat. She's like, I turned pro in figure. She turned pro, I guess, in her second show. She did one show, got qualified, turned pro at Masters USA in figure. And then she said, like, I feel like I can go further in fitness, and I have a gymnastics background. I was interested in fitness, but I didn't really have fitness people around me, like my coaches or my friends or whatever are bodybuilders. So they told me to do figure. So I did figure, but I think I want to do fitness. So she's doing her pro debut in fitness at Emerald. So I have competition at Emerald. Amazing. And then she said she's also doing Legion. So I'm excited because this is someone who turned pro in figure, which means she's going to have a physique. I mean, I already am behind Amber in physique, like as far as our recent competition history, right? Like, I've only competed against her once and I lost to her in physique, right? So I already had like that benchmark, like, hey, this is someone you're trying to keep up with physique wise, which just helps me. Like, even though, yes, you want to run your own race, right? Like, you can only do what you can do. You can only be your best, right? But I think it's helpful to have something tangible that you are trying to, like a benchmark that you're trying to reach. So I already had Amber that I knew I was going to have to go up against. Now, I have beaten Kristen Pope multiple times, but she has also beat me in physique. Like, I think we have, in physique only, we've beaten each other, like, we're 2-2. So I have Kristen Pope on my heels. I have Amber, who I've never beaten. And now I have this girl who I've never competed against, but she turned pro in figure, which means she has like a good physique. So for me, this is helpful because the point of me doing Emerald was to make sure that I was ready for Legion. And I even said it earlier, like, okay, Emerald is low stakes. Like, who cares if I lose? Like, whatever. But now it at least gives me a little bit more. It gives me 1% more of a reason to tighten up for Emerald and not just say, well, it's just a show that I'm just getting on stage and just whatever, right? So I'm excited about this. And I'm excited to see this girl's routine. Who knows what it's going to look like if she's never competed in fitness. First-time fitness competitors usually have a little bit of a learning curve. But I mean, her physique is going to be good. So good. Anyway, that's all. I think this video now at this point is probably an hour. I feel like I've spent a lot of time. Like, a lot of these 5 to 10 minute clips. So I'm going to check to see how long it is. And then this might be the end of this particular episode. Or maybe not. I mean, if it's over 30 minutes, I'm uploading. I don't have time to be uploading 35, 45, 1 hour long videos. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It is check-in day. SOS, because my storage says I only have 12 minutes of storage left and I have to save this entire hour-long video. I probably just have to delete my trash. Anyway, I'm so irritated, you guys. I was 134 this morning. My weights this week were all in the 133s. Like, I was 134 once or twice, but I was in the 133s this week. I randomly spiked up to 136. And then the next day, which is yesterday, I was 134 point something. And then today I was 134 even. And then I went to work and I went poop. And I'm like, it's just this digestion. It's only been the last couple of days. I think I can't remember why my weight went up that one day, but I think I mentioned yesterday, and I know I mentioned today, like my stomach is not feeling great. So anyway, I think my body looks pretty good. I don't think there's any major changes. I'm not like, oh yeah, I look way better than last week. I think I look the same as I did last week. But that's pretty good. This week, Ruben said he's going to send me some changes. Of course, I did a total of less than 2 hours of cardio this entire week. So that is going to obviously start changing things. And then I don't know what he's doing with my diet, but now we're 5 weeks out from Emerald. And, you know, the goal is to, like I've mentioned, be better for Emerald than I was for Arnold, which will ideally set me up to be, again, another personal best, like lights out for Legion and Adela. I was looking at like other photos from like old preps, and I posted on Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram, you saw me post my 1 day out check-in video from Titans. Y'all, that look was so, and I've mentioned this before. I've said like Arnold was my best look, but it was not my most conditioned. My conditioning at that show was, I still actually don't think it was the best conditioning I've ever had. I think the best conditioning I've ever had was Toronto Pro when I won in 2021. But my shape was just not there. My posing was not there. My muscularity was not there. So Titans is kind of the same. Like, my conditioning was on point and my shape also was good, but I just wasn't as muscular as I am right now. And I don't think that my posing was quite as good as it is now. And I think if I can bring Titans level or better than Titans level conditioning to Emerald, it will be a significantly better package than I brought to Titans or Arnold. And then again, if I can bring in the conditioning even more, sorry y'all, I'm getting a bunch of text messages. If I can bring in the conditioning even more for Legion, I think it will just be an insane look for me. So we're gonna see how that goes. I am headed right now. Reagan's at my mom's. I did text my mom, like, do you have anywhere to be? Can I go do cardio right now? She didn't respond, so that tells me she's probably still asleep. So I'm gonna go do cardio. She normally, the reason I'm asking, not that y'all care, is on Wednesday mornings I drop Reagan off, but I hustle home to get Reagan because my mom goes to work out at like 8 o'clock, so I have to get Reagan. I don't think that she's working out this morning, which means she has time, so I'm gonna go at least do some of my cardio because I don't really have time today. I've got another bunch of stuff going on today. So anyway, 5 weeks out, it's getting real, y'all. I am gonna run halves of my routine this weekend, I promise. I have that posing seminar tomorrow, so I'm gonna see Sandy. I'm also gonna see, I think, Tamer, who may be judging at Legion. So I'm excited to get my feedback from Sandy to see like exactly what are the things that we need to do to make sure that we are closing the gap where there were gaps where I was behind, increasing the gap on the places where there were gaps where I was ahead, and just making myself harder to beat so that I can qualify for the Olympia. So anyway, that's the end of the video, y'all. I will see you in the next one. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Do y'all even, I don't think that people really share YouTube videos. I share some YouTube videos, but do all the things, please, to support your girl. And I think that's it. I will see you guys in the next one.